Before we start today's video, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below. Use code ahsoka in all caps to get $7 off your order. May the force be with you, and enjoy the vid.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're doing well, and in today's video we have some exciting Star Wars animation news, a new released look at the Maul Shadow Lord animated series just this past weekend at San Diego Comic-Con. Lucasfilm Animation were featured as an exhibit at this year's San Diego Comic-Con, and while news is still somewhat thin on the ground and actually what this show is going to be about, what it's going to entice, and who's all going to be in it, of course, they did release a new image of the upcoming animated series of Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord, of himself, of course, Maul, looking menacing as ever. The image includes the rather titular Sith assassin with his iconic double-bladed red lightsaber against a nebulous background that appears to include a machinery of some kind. It gives nothing of the plot away or any other characters, simply just Maul and his essence of looking menacing and being menacing, as the show is hopefully going to entail. But the animation design already looks fantastic, and it is simply just a still. There actually isn't any animation or video to go alongside with it. It's exactly what we're going to be discussing in today's video, guys. We're going to go ahead, we're going to hop right on into it, break it all down for you guys with everything that we know and everything that we're anticipating right now. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well to be notified for when we have new videos dropping here on the channel almost daily. There is a lot of Star Wars news and stuff going around. It can be a lot to keep track of. It's exactly why we are here. Not just to keep you guys updated with everything, but also break it down for you guys and get a better understanding. As always, I really appreciate all of the support. Without the Darth in front of it, Maul Shadow Lord is set 1 year after the Clone Wars and will include Maul's adventures and exploits as he adopts a young Twi'lek apprentice. Sounds familiar to the Legends fans. Eagle-eyed fans will note that the outfit as well in this new sneak peek that he's wearing in the image is the same one he wore during the Siege of Mandalore in the Clone Wars Season 7, so it can't be too far off of that time jump or zone, essentially, maybe even possibly taking place directly after those events, like what he does after he escapes from the Siege of Mandalore at the end of the Clone Wars Season 7. There's no time for wardrobe changes, really, and we have an apprentice to recruit as well. He's getting right back into it and taking over the underworld. That is essentially like a huge, fingers crossed, kind of what the show is going to be about. What many fans are thinking that the show is going to be about is essentially Darth Maul overruling the underworld, and that really comes from the Han Solo, a Star Wars story movie. The whole like end scene that we saw with that, with Kira pulling up Darth Maul as a hologram and saying of how they're going to be working much more closely. Not just that, but we also had a few tidbits here and there sprinkled throughout the Bad Batch animated series when we did get those kind of references and different Easter eggs as well. So it's really all been building towards and around this concept, and the fact that we're getting a full-blown show centered around this menacing character of Darth Maul is going to be all the more. Not just that, but as I had also mentioned in our prologue of how the animation in itself is already looking quite stellar and quite amazing, and we actually haven't seen the animation, just the way it looks so clean, so crisp. I know it's not a HD image necessarily because they haven't actually put it out around online. This is something that was featured exclusively at San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend. That in itself is something to get quite a lot of fans out there riled up and pretty hyped for this series, especially when you think back to how the whole fight scene between Ahsoka and Maul looked during the Siege of Mandalore. It was so crisp, so clean. They used motion capture, mocap suits, so if it is going to be anything like that, guys, we're in for such a real treat, and I really can't wait to see where this show is going to be going and where it's going to head. The show was originally announced just this past year in April at Star Wars Celebration Japan, and at the time, Lucasfilm Animation had an almost entirely blank slate, unfortunately, and fans were quite eagerly wondering what they would kind of cook up next and have in store for us fans to look forward to, what the next big animated project was going to be after the conclusion of the Bad Batch's third and final season. The announcement of Maul's very own show received somewhat mixed feedback, with some fans wishing that Lucasfilm Animation had rather taken a break from prequel characters, or maybe focused on other characters or even other areas of a galaxy far, far away, especially like that right right after the events of Revenge of the Sith kind of era. We just kind of did that with the Bad Batch and everything with that, so fans are a little kind of cooked out with everything going on in that post Revenge of the Sith era. Not just animated shows, but you also have shows like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Andor, and as amazing as they are, it's kind of a time zone that some fans want to take a little bit of a break from. Of course, the common theory out there is that Lucasfilm is simply biding their time until they get back into the original trilogy kind of era, and even the sequel trilogy era as the main point, and that want to explore more of the lore and canon surrounding around that. And I definitely think that this Maul show can very well take us there, especially with this new kind of rumor at that circulating around that Maul has recruited a Twi'lek apprentice, something that he does do in the Star Wars Legends, and a part of George Lucas's original sequel trilogy is that main Twi'lek apprentice is the actual main antagonist of the sequel trilogy. I'm pretty sure her name's Darth Talon. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Not just that, but also keeping it centric around the prequel era and biding their time, not just moving down the timeline into the original trilogy and into the sequel trilogy once again and touching base on that, expanding upon those characters in that lore, but also backtracking to the Acolyte, the High Republic, and everything like that. The books in themselves are pretty mixed already from the fans, it feels like, and the Acolyte definitely dug them into that hole a little bit deeper, unfortunately, but heading back towards that direction is something that many fans are also looking forward to. However, like nearly all Lucasfilm animated projects, there is a reward and character unpacking if you do stick with it, and seeing that this show, Maul Shadow Lord, has the potential to have and run for multiple seasons, I can't see why it wouldn't. Every other animated show has always ran for multiple seasons. Even Star Wars Resistance has 2 seasons. Not just that, but voice actor for Maul is Sam Witwer, and he will be back once again. He went on the Katie Sackhoff's podcast back in May to discuss the show and Maul's character arc, some things that we might be able to look forward to in that show, and Witwer had implied that there would be some deep character exploration for Maul as he grapples with the rise of the Empire, moving into the underworld, everything that we see unfold later down the timeline in the solo Star Wars show. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an unofficial Star Wars. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. Different theories as well. I'm all ears. Let's discuss. I love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Also, leave a like on the video as it really does help out the channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure you also check out our merch shop. Use our codes ahsoka in all caps to get some cash off of your orders. I also have some Amazon affiliate links in the description down below, so if you're looking to buy something from Amazon, whether it's a gift or something for yourself, check out our available links in the description down below. It helps out the channel at no additional cost of yourself and really means a lot. I'll continue to keep those links updated, so they're always changing, so make sure you check them out for what new products we may have available. With whatever way you decide to support the channel, whether it's simply watching today's video or even purchasing a product, it means the absolute world to me. So thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.
Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.